Recently, Omaha Maker Group was invited to the Union Pacific Railroad Museum to demonstrate something at a booth at their family fun night. And we came up with a little demonstration of steam power, since the theme was steam up and also it's a train museum, so it seemed to fit. This video is going to show some clips of how we came up with our little demo and what it looked like when we got there. First, just to make sure we're all on the same page, I won't be talking about diesel locomotives, which is what this is. I'll be talking about steam locomotives, which is what this was. We don't really use them anymore because they're just not as efficient. But let's start. So here's the basic outline of a steam locomotive. What we have is a big old tube, and that's what's going to have all the water in it and the fire. And then we have a little box behind it that the engineer sits in with his little steering wheel. And here's some little stairs for the engineer to walk up into. So, the other major component of the locomotive are the wheels. That's the motive part. So, what we want to do is look at basic components. 3 tanks, basically. Let's see there. This one's got the fire in it. This one's got the water in it. And then this one carries the steam down here into the piston tank, and here's a little piston. We have to figure out some way to get this piston to move these wheels and carry this locomotive forward. So, here's the fire. Okay, the fire heats up air in this tube, and the exhaust and all the hot air travels through this tube and not the chimney. So that's part of what's coming out the chimney. While this heat is traveling through the tube, it heats up this tank of water. And when you heat water, it turns into vapor. And there's a little channel here for the vapor to travel through into this tank, which goes down into the piston area. Here's our little friend, the piston. I'm going to color that piston purple. It's a purple piston. And what happens is, when the pressure builds, it pushes the piston forward, which uses these crank and connecting rods to spin the wheels. And then as a wheel spins this way, this connecting rod moves up and pushes the piston back. And that pushes steam out. So that's the other part of what you see when you see a locomotive puffing down the track. And when all the steam's been pushed out and this piston hits its end point, then the motion of this wheel this way pulls it this back this way, and more steam enters and gives it another push. That's how it works. So in our demonstration, what we wanted to show was the very basics of how you take heat and turn it into mechanical force. That's what I'll be showing. So these demonstrations are based on experiments that were published on the internet, and I'll include the links for the websites we found. So These are just a couple canisters we filled with water and put them over a sterno can, lit it on fire, and rejoiced when steam came out. And these are just a couple clips from when we were trying it out at the makerspace. The next clip will be when we set them up outside of the UP Museum.
So the only